So good morning. This is Open Source Software and Hardware DET 3107, Elective 1. Course outcomes: to have an introductory knowledge of concept of open and free software and hardware, introduction of the Arduino hardware, Raspberry Pi, Internet of the Things IoT, to get an in-depth knowledge of Arduino software IDE, simple programs, interfacing of basic hardware modules with Arduino, to acquire knowledge of interfacing and programming of Arduino for IDC, DC motor, servo motor, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Wi-Fi and PWM programming, to understand the details regarding latest software with its installation, programming, processing, software facilities useful for various document preparation, to understand the details regarding Scilab software with its installation, programming, processing, console, editor, graphics window, software facilities useful for various technical calculations, to study KiCad as an electronic computer-aided design ECAD tool for designing circuit schematic, electric rule checking, netlist generation, mapping components and designing PCB. Let us start with the remaining part of the Scilab. We are discussing Scilab for last few lectures. This is 5th chapter. Loops we have discussed, and in loops increment operator is there, colon is increment operator. As we know, in the loops, for loop is there or any other loop is there, we require some variable which go on incrementing or decrementing. So there must be a constant change in the variable value, maybe by 1 or maybe by 2 or maybe by 3. That means variable will vary from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 1 to 3, 3 to 5, isn't it? From 1 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 10. Increment is by 1 or increment is by 2 or increment is by 3 and so on. Similarly, increment by -1 also is possible, that is decrement. So step may be plus or minus, +1, -1. So increment step, if it is -1, it becomes decrement. So it is increment operator, and if x is varying from 0, it can increase by 1 every time. So it will become x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, x equal to 4, x equal to 5 and so on. Maybe if x is 10 and if it is decrementing, x will be equal to 9, x equal to 8, x equal to 7, x equal to 6, x equal to 5, x equal to 4, x equal to 3 and so on. So increment decrement is required in the loops. So colon is operator. Okay, so this is operator that allows to define the vectors. If you define a vector, say 0 to 255, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 255, then that vector we can use directly without incrementing, isn't it? So in this way also we can use the loop. So increment operator is there, colon. It can define as a vector. Suppose x is defined as 3 to 10, or without any variable, if you write 3 to 3 colon 10. 3 colon 10 means it is 3 to 10 with the increment step of 1. Isn't it? With the increment step of 1. It is from 3 to 10. It is from 3 to 10. Okay. So in this way, 3 colon 10 means increment by step of 1, and it is from 3 to 10. So it will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will be, its answer is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 colon 10 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 colon 10 means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 you can put in the array also. So suppose x is there and you can equate it with the x 3 colon 10. Okay. Then if you execute it by entering, you will get this same. Only thing is, instead of the variable a and s, there will be x equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because we are equating this to x. We are equating this 3 colon 10 to x. Now if we are not assigning 3 colon 10 to anything, what Scilab do is, Scilab assign automatically it to the default variable answer. Default variable is answer, ans. So it is equating the result to ans, default variable. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is assigned to ans. But if you write x equal to 3 colon 10 in front of course, in front of the prompt. In front of prompt, if you write x equal to 3 colon 10 and if you enter it, press the enter key, you will get x equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is called colon operator, increment operator. We can call it as the increment operator. We have discussed this also, isn't it, last time? So if you want to plot a graph maybe from say 1 to 12 for 12 months, or 1 to 7 for 7 days of the week, or maybe from 1 to 10, or maybe from 0 to 255, or maybe from minus 15 to plus 15, then you can define this x with the vector. Also you can define y with the vector, and then you can plot the graph. We can use this number for coordinates, etc. Okay, as a sequence. Here we are giving the beginning value colon ending value, or beginning value colon step. Okay, step may be given, and ending value. If step is not given, like this 3 colon 10, step is not given, only 2 values are given, only 1 colon is used. Then if step is not given, then it assumes step as 1. It assumes step value as default value 1. Okay, it assumes the step value as default value 1. Okay. So in this way, if we are not giving the step value, it assumes by default 1. This we have seen. Suppose if you write in front of prompt x equal to 3 colon 1 colon 10. Now what is there? It is again the same thing we have written already. 3 colon 10 is nothing but 3 colon 1 colon 10, because 3 colon 10 assumes it by default step is 1, and 3 colon 1 colon 10 is also having the step equal to 1. So both are same. So this also gives the same result, x equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because step is 1. But instead of 1, if you write the step 2, then it can define the vector 3, 5, 7, 9, and it will not give 10, because 10 is not incrementing by 2 from 9. It will give only 3, 5, 7, 9. It will be assigning x 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, 3, 5, 7, 9. So in this way, we can use the colon operator. So here the example is shown the increment of step of 2 from 1 to 10. So we can have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, the same thing we have written here. Instead of 3, it is starting from 1. If it is starting from 1, it will start with 1, increment step 2, so it will give the 3 value. Increment 2, again it will give 5 value. Increment is 2, again it will give 7 value. Increment is 2, it will give 9 value. Increment is 2, it will be 11, but 11 is not in the range, so it is last value is 10, so 11 will not be there. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is one example. Similarly, it can have the decrease in the step of 4. Decrement is also possible if we give the step size minus negative. If step is negative, then it will become decrement instead of increment. Okay. Step is negative, it will become decrement instead of increment. Okay. U is equal to 20 colon minus 4 colon 2. 20 colon minus 4 colon 2. What will be the answer? As we are assigning this with u to the u variable will be equal to first value. Starting value is 20. Decrement by 4 or step size is minus 4. Step size is minus 4. 20 minus 4, 16. 16 minus 4 is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. And 8 minus 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. But 0 is not the last value. What is last value? Ending value is 2. So last value 0 will not be possible. It will not be generated, or it is not a part of this minus 20 minus 4 2. Minus 20 colon minus 4 colon 2. So 0 will not be there. 20, 16, 12, 8, 4. So this is the example of decrement or decrease. And we can have the for loop. For is a loop, isn't it? For loop. We have discussed this in many other languages. Arduino IDE we have discussed, then embedded C we have discussed this. You must have studied the C language in first year. You are already knowing for loop. You have used maybe used in other languages also. Okay. In Keel embedded C we have discussed this for loop. So the easiest loop structure for fix the number of iterations is written with for and end. Okay. In Scilab, it is for and end. Some languages end is not there. Some languages for end is there. Some languages only end is there. Okay. So the easiest loop structure it is. Okay. It is easiest to write. And it is for fix the number of iteration. Once you write the for loop, it will be for fixed. Maybe 10 times, 4 times, 256 times, and anything. Okay, so once we write, it is fix the number of iterations. Iterations means repetitions. Iterations means repetitions. How many times it is repeating? For end. So calculation of 20 terms of a sequence is there. Suppose 20 terms we have to calculate. Okay, by reoccurrence. Recurrence is there. Okay, u1 equal to 4, initial value. But un plus 1, next value, n plus 1. So u1, 1 plus 1 is 2, u2. 2, if n is 2, un plus 1 is 2 plus 1, that is 3. So next value, n plus 1 is un, the current value, plus 2n. n is, suppose, u1 is the current value, 4. So what is n here? N is 1 because it is u1. u1 is, n is 1 because it is un. un is u1 equal to 4 now. Current value, n is 1. Okay. Now what is un plus 1? un plus 1 will be, n is 1, current value. n plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So u2 will be, un means current value 4 plus 2n. 2 into n is 1. 2 into 1 is 2 plus 3. How much it is? 6 and 3, 9. 4 plus 2, 6 and 3, 9. Now this is U2. What about U3? For U3, n is 2 now. For U3, n is 2. Now n is 2. N becomes 2 for U3. For U3, n becomes 2. Okay. Because n is 2, then 2 plus 1 is 3. U3. So for U3, n is 2. Then U3 is equal to Un. Un is U2. U2 is 9. For U3, Un is U2. Isn't it? For U3, Un is U2. Because U3 is Un plus 1. Un plus 1 if you want to calculate. What is Un? Is U2. For U3, Un is U2. For U4, Un is U3. For U5, Un is U4 and so on. So U3, Un is 9 because U2 is 9. So 9 plus 2n. 2 into n. N is 2 now. 2 into 2 is 4. 2n. 2 into 2, 4. Plus 3. This is 3. What is the total value? 9 plus 4, 13 plus 3, 16. So U3 is a 16. Okay. U3 is a 16. Similarly, you can calculate U4. Isn't it? U4 is what? 16 plus 2 into 3, 6. Okay. 22 plus 3, 25. U5, you can calculate. What is U5? 25 plus 4 into 2, 8. 25 plus 8. 33 plus 3, 36. So this is sequence. This is sequence. U6 is Un, that is previous one. 36 plus 5 into 2, 10. 46 plus 3, 49. Okay. You got it? U1 is 4. U2 is 9. U3 is 16. U4 is 25. U5 is 36. U6 is 49. Next should be 64. You check it. Why it is 64? U7. Because it is 49 plus 6 into 2, 12. 59, 50, 60, 61. 61 and 3, 64. So 4, 9, 16, 25, 6, 36, 49, 64. These are all squares, isn't it? 4 is a square of 2, 9 is a square of 3, 16 is a square of 4, 25 is a square of 5, 36 is a square of 6, 49 is a square of 7, 64 is a square of 8 and so on. 81, 100. So this is a sequence, and this sequence is having term, initial term and next term. Un plus 1 is Un plus 2n plus 3. Okay. So we can write the algorithm for that, or we can, according to algorithm, we can have the program in the Scilab editor. So algorithm is to understand how program runs. We write in English what is happening, what is execution is there, what is getting executed, we can write in English to understand us. To understand the person, human being, we are writing the algorithm. So this is English explanation. Algorithm is English explanation. And this in Scilab editor, this is the program. So this is the computer program in the Scilab we write, and this is its English explanation to understand. So what we have to write here is, suppose we want to generate this sequence, this mathematical equation we have to generate. Okay. Then u of 1 is 4. U into bracket 1 is 4. So u becomes, if u into bracket, if you write something, then u is a variable, into bracket is its index, then u becomes array. U becomes array now. U is not a single variable. U is array variable. U is not simple variable, it is array variable. Okay. So it is array means it will store the elements. Array is always having elements, isn't it? So U is array, its first element is 4. U of 1 is 4. U of 1 is 4. Okay. Semicolon. So we have defined U of 1. So algorithm is what? English explanation. Put 4 in U of 1. Assign 4 to U of 1. Put 4 in U of 1 means assign 4 into U of 1. Assign 4 to U of 1. Then next step is there, for n equal to 1 to 20. N equal to 1 colon 20. So n equal to n 1 colon 20. Colon is operator for generating the vector. If there is only two terms, one colon is there, then default step is 1. So initial value is 1, final value is 20. Initial value is 1, final value is 20. So it generates from 1 to 20 with step of default value n 1. So it default value step is 1. So first value is 1, second value is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So this is a vector n. This vector 1 to 20 is with step 1 is assigned to n. It is stored in n. So English explanation is for n from 1 to 20. It is for loop for n from 1 to 20. So this is for n from 1 to 20. This is the command and this is explanation. This explanation we can put into the comment also in front of this. So observe here, for command there is no semicolon. If you put the delimiter for the for command, the next commands may not be connected. So it will give the error. Okay. So for command there is no semicolon. And for command there is an end. In this Scilab, there is an end for command. Okay. So this becomes the program block or instruction block or command block. So this is the block of command which executes under for loop. Is connected to for loop. So whatever number of times the for loop executes, those many number of times this block execute, isn't it? So this is a part of the for command. Okay. For n equal to 1 to 20, u of n plus 1 equal to. So this is new term, n plus 1. What is n now? 1. N is 1. U of 1 is already defined. N starting here from 1. So u of 1 plus 1. This u of n plus 1 means u of 1 plus 1. So it is u of 2. So in u of 2, what is stored? What is assigned to u of 2? So this u of 2, 1 plus 1, n is 1. Because n starts from 1 ends to 20 now. N is a variable. U of n plus 1. U of 1 plus 1 equals to u of n. That means u of 1. U of 1 is already defined. 4. So this is 4 plus 2 into n. N is 1. 2 into 1. 2. So 4 plus 2, 6 plus 3, 9. So u of 1 plus 1. U of 2. It will be 9. Disp. We know disp is display command. It displays on the screen whatever is the values given. What it is displaying? It is displaying these two values n comma u of n. Now n is 1. Here in vector for loop n is 1. This is first loop executing. So n is 1. U of n is 4. U of n is 4. It is displaying u of n, but it is calculated u of n plus 1. U of 2 is also calculated. It is now not displaying. It will display in next loop u of 2, isn't it? U of 2 is calculated, assigned to u of 2, 9 value, but it is not displaying now. It is displaying first value. Okay. Then it comes the end for loop, but for loop is still executing. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, up to 20. So when n becomes 2 in second loop, n is 2 now. N is 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So u of 2, it is u of n is 2 now. U of 2 is calculated, 9, isn't it? Previous loop, u of 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 into n 2. 2 into 2, 4. 9 plus 4, 13 and 3, 16. So u of 3 is 16. Display n is 2. U of 2 is 9. Previous loop u of 2 is 9, isn't it? So it will display 2 and 9. For 3 it will calculate 25, 16 sorry 16. For 4 it will calculate 25. For n equal to 5 it will calculate 36. For n equal to 6 it will calculate 49. Here it is written all things, isn't it? Here it is written. Okay. We have written it. We have calculated already manually. So for n equal to 20, it will calculate u of 21 but display u of 20. Okay. So this is for loop. In for loop, u of n plus 1 takes the value of un plus 2n plus 3 and un. Here un is displayed. Okay. Display n and un, and this is the end for. This is end loop. This is the explanation. Algorithm is explanation for each step. This is to understand the learner, programmer. Okay. Okay. Algorithm is to understand the program. But program is written in this editor and executed. And this is the logic. This is the calculation computer is doing in the Scilab. So this is for loop. This is for loop. This is the details of for loop, isn't it? So for loop we already discussed many times in the different languages. So this is for loop. For loop requires the starting and ending and step size. Okay. Similarly, there is a while loop. There is a while loop, and in while loop also there is a while and end in the Scilab. To stop the loop when given a goal is reached. In while, the loop will start when the goal is reached. So some target is given and that target reaches, then it stops. That means what is goal, what is target is a condition. In while, condition is given. Okay. So it is not fixed loop. Whenever the condition is achieved, it will stop. In for, it is a fixed loop. It is given from this to this, you have to repeat. But in while case, the condition may occur in fixed number of steps or may not be the same number of rotations. Okay. Suppose I planted a tree, Christmas tree in 2005, measuring 1.20 meter. Okay, in 2005 the height is 1.20. It grows by 30 centimeter per year. In 1 year it can grow 30 centimeter. I decided to cut it when it exceeds 7 meter. What is the year I cut the tree? You can calculate it. What you have to do? 2005. It is 1.2 meter. 2006, it is 1.2 plus 30 centimeter, 0.3, isn't it? 0.3 meter. It is 1.5 meter. 2007, it is 1.5 plus 0.3. 1.5 plus 0.3. So this way we have to go till it becomes 7 meter, and that year we have to find out. So this is algorithm, this is Scilab editor. If you check the program, what is it? The program is suppose height of the tree h, variable name you can give h1, okay, ht, height, whatever name, or you can write complete height also, or you can write the tree underscore height, you can write the name of the variable height underscore tree, okay, variable name. It should be continuous letters without any space. So I will give underscore. So h is equal to 1.2 semicolon, put 1.2 in h, assign 1.2 in to the h, okay. Then y, year 2005, put 2005 in y, or y is equal to year. You can use year also. So assign y 2005. Now we have to execute till h is less than 7. As soon as h becomes 7, we have to stop. While h less than 7. While h less than 7 is the condition loop. While loop with condition h7 less than 7. So this is while h less than 7. So there is an end of the while loop. This is the end. So the program instructions within this are called the program block, command block or instruction block for while loop. So h is equal to h plus 0.3 and y is equal to y plus 1. These are the two instructions. What we are doing? We are incrementing height by 30 centimeter, that is 0.3, and we are incrementing year by 1 because 2005 becomes 2006 and height becomes previous height plus 0.3, 30 centimeter. Then 2006 becomes 2007, then height becomes previous height plus 0.3, and this goes on till that y is achieved where h is 7. Unless and until h is less than 7, it will go on executing. It will go on looping, repeating, iterating. It is go on iterating. It is very simple now. If you execute, it will find the year and height is 7. Okay. So in this way we have sorted out this problem. Okay. In this we have put this condition h is less than 7 and we have used the logic that every year height increases by 0.3 and year of course increases by 1. Now today is 2021 and tomorrow will be 22, isn't it? So today is 31st December 2021 and tomorrow is 1st January 2022. So year increases by 1. Then display is there. So this is h takes the value h equal to h plus 0.3. H takes the value h plus 0.3. The tree grows by that height. And y takes the value y plus 1. Year increases by 1. 1 year passes. And this is end while. And this is display y, final year. What will be the height? 7. That year is displayed. So this is DISP. double colon, I will cut the tree. If you want to go on next line, instruction continuation, you have to give these two dots. These are two continuation dots. Okay. So this double colon, I will cut the tree in semicolon complete, and we are writing the variable converting into string plus string into bracket this variable value. So whatever the y value is there, that is displayed. Okay, whatever 2018, 2019, 21, 22, whatever. Okay. When a command is too long to be written on one line, here where double dot, oh, two dots. When the command is very long to be written on single line, the editor will wrap the lines. One can also wrap lines using this. Editor automatically wraps and creates two dots. Otherwise, we have to put these two dots before going to next line. Okay, before going to next line. Okay, so editor will wrap it or we can wrap it. Okay, either editor wraps it or we can wrap it. Okay, we also can wrap it. So this is the program using the while loop. So we have seen the for loop and we have seen the while loop. For loop is for fixed number of iterations. Once you fix it for this to this, these are the fixed iterations. But while is not fixed, it will check the condition, and when the condition is achieved, when the target is achieved, then it will stop its execution. It goes out of the loop. Okay, and it as soon as h becomes 7, it will go after end. Okay, so this is not fixed loop, whereas this for loop is fixed number of iterations, while is not having fixed number of iterations. Okay, it will check the condition and accordingly it will go on executing. If you write while 1, what will happen? While 1, if you write while 1, what will happen? It will become infinite loop, forever loop. While 1 become forever loop, infinite loop, and it will go on executing till the program continues. We have to interrupt the program. Unless and until we interrupt, it go on executing. Okay. So as we know, for while we have one test, that is less than, we have tested the condition. So there are different tests are there. Mathematical tests are there. We can test the variable value. We can test the equation. So there are some tests. These are also having the comparison operator. Comparison operators are there. Compare operators. Comparison. The useful tests include the comparing numbers or determining whether the statement is true or false. Okay. We can compare the numbers or we can determine the statement true or false. Suppose statement is, suppose y is equal to 2. Then we will write y equal to 4 by 2. 4 by slash 2. Then the statement is true. If y is equal to 3 minus 1, statement is true. If y is equal to 2, statement is true. If y is equal to 1 plus 1, statement is true. But if y is equal to 3 plus 1, statement is false, because y is 2. In this way. So we can have the comparison operator, useful tests including comparison operator, or determine whether the statement is true or false. So we can have the comparison or we can check for true and false. So these are the commands. Double, equal, if same or not. Different, less than, greater than. Okay, like this. Suppose A is 2. Then A is equals to 2. It will be true. If equals to 3 minus 1, it will be true. If it is 4 by 2, it will be true. But if it is A equal to 6 minus 1 or 6 minus 2, it will be false. So it is true, it is true, it is false. Okay. So if A is different, less than, greater than 3, it is true, because A is a 2 and 3 is a, it is not same as a 3. So is A is different from 3? Yes, it is different, because it is 2, it is 3, they are different. So less than, greater than 3, true. But if A is less than, greater than 2, no, it is false. It is equal, because A is 2 and it is equal to 2. So it is not different from 2. So it is false. Please understand this. The equal, double, equal and different, less than, greater than. These are just opposite test operators, comparison operators. Okay, just opposite. Then less than is there, we know this. Then greater than is there, we also know this. We have used in this program. Less than, h less than 7. Less than value, greater than value, less than or equal to value, isn't it? We have used this in the Keel program also, in the embedded system. 255, less than or equal to 255, less than or equal to 20, and so on. We have discussed the programs, embedded C program. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to is also there. Suppose we have written for loop, and in that some variable x is incrementing, and it this will be less than or equal to, suppose, 255. So it can be true, it can be correct for x equal to 240, it can be correct for x equal to 241, because it is less than 255. It is also correct for 255 because it is equal to 255. It is also correct for 254 because it is less than 255. It is also correct for 255 because it is equal to 255. But it is not correct for 256, because 256, x equal to 256. 256 is not less than 255. It is not equal to 255. So two operators combined, less than or equal to. Two operators combined, greater than or equal to. Okay. So less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Then true, percent %t, false, percent %f, and ampersand. Logical operators are there. Or, this vertical line, no, tidal, not or no, isn't it? So suppose x and y. If two variables, if this is true and this is true, both are true, and operator, or x or y, either this must be true or this must be true, or both must be true, x or y, ANDing, ORing operation. Okay, and not, no, this is just different. These are the equal, these are the different, that means not. Suppose x is true, then x tidal 0. Okay, you can have. Or x equal to tidal 0, we can write. Okay, not 0. X is not 0. The caution with calculation accuracy. Calculations are approached and equal will sometimes be give wrong result. Okay, Calculation accuracy we will check in the page number 30. But this is details. These are the details of comparison operators. These are the details of comparison operators. Which are the comparison operators? Equal. Equal means equal. Single equal is used, then it will be assignment. What is the difference between single equal and double equal? Single equal is assignment and double equal is comparison. What is the difference? Assignment and comparison. Assignment means putting the value into variable. Is assigning the value into a variable. Assignment is assigning the value into variable. Suppose we are having the variable x and we are equating it with the 0. X equal to 0. That means it is making x equal to 0. It is putting the value 0 into x. It is assigning the value 0 to x. So x becomes 0. But if x is 0 and we are writing x equal 1, then it is comparing the value of x with 1. X equal 1. Equal 2 times equal. It is comparing. X, whether x is 1, it is checking. Whether x is equal to 1, it is checking. That means x equal 1. Okay. So this is the difference between single equal symbol and two equal symbol. Equal symbol is used one time or two time. If equal symbol is used one time, it is assignment. And when equal symbol is used two times, then it is comparison operator. Please understand. And we can do mistakes while writing the program in this case. Sometimes comparison is required. There you can by mistake you can write one equal operator, it becomes wrong logic. Or whenever we require the equate logic, that is assignment logic, then by mistake we will write 2 times equal, then it becomes wrong logic. Okay. So single equal and double equal. One time equal symbol and two time equal symbol is used for different logics. Is used for different operations. So one is assignment operation, other is comparison operation. One is assignment operation, other is comparison operation. Assignment is nothing but assigning the value to the variable, putting the value in the variable. The variable will hold that value in the memory. This is assignment. And comparison is comparison. If the variable value is like this, we can compare it, isn't it? So single equal symbol is assignment symbol, 2 times equal symbol is comparison symbol, comparator symbol or comparison symbol. Sorry, not symbol, operator. Equal symbol is there, two horizontal lines are there. This is equal symbol. It is symbol, equal symbol. If equal symbol is one time used, it is assignment operator. If equal symbol is 2 times used without space in between, space should not be, then it is comparator or comparison operator. Comparison operator. Assignment operator. Comparison operator. Operator means it operates. It does the operation. What is the operation? Putting the value in the variable. What is the operation? Comparing the two values. So there is some operation, some action, computational operation, isn't it? There is some computational operation. Computer is doing some computational operation. What is that operation? One is assigning the value with the variable, putting the value into the variable. equating the value to that variable. Second is comparing some value with the some other value or a variable. Comparing some value with some other value, or comparing some value with variable, or comparing one variable with variable. Suppose a is equal to 2, b is also equal to 2. If you write a equal b, then it will be true. But if a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, then if you write a equal b, it will be false. You can compare two different variables also. Sorry. If you compare two different value also, you can write 2 equal 3. This is also correct. 2 value. Directly you can write number 2 equal 3. It will be false. If you write 2 equal 2, it will be true. Isn't it? Similarly, if you put the value into variable a equal to 2, and you can write a equal 2, it is true. A equal 4, it is false. Similarly, if you take two variables, a equal to 2, b equal to 3, then you can write a equal b, false. Then a equal to 2, b equal to also 2, then a equal b, it is true. So, you can compare directly two numbers, or you can compare one variable and one number, or you can compare two variables. All the combinations are possible. So this is the difference between one equal symbol and two equal symbols used in the program. And this is also applicable for all the programs. If you go for Arduino IDE, if you go for Embedded C, and you can go for the Scilab. We have discussed at the time in the previous semester, isn't it? While we are discussing in the previous, sorry, not semester, in the previous software, Arduino IDE, we have discussed this, isn't it? So, this is about the comparison operators. Now, this is the example to compare two vectors. Okay. If we are to compare two vectors or two matrices, a vector is a one-dimensional matrix. Okay, x equal to 1, 2, 5. This is the row of 1, 2, 5, 3 values. Y equal to 5, 3, 5. This is the row of 5, 3, 5. This is also matrix, but it is one-dimensional, not two-dimensional. So vector is also matrix. You can compare two vectors, or we can compare two matrices. You can write two matrices and you can compare. The test will be, comparison test will be equal and less than greater than. Is equal and is different. Okay, equal, different. Equal is equal, less than greater than is different. Is equal is different. Is different we can call it as not equal. And equal we can call it as not different. Not operator, isn't it? Equal is not different, and less than greater than not equal. Is equal is not equal. Is different is not different. Okay. So comparison, we can compare two vectors or two matrices. We can take two vectors and we can compare. Or we can take two matrices of same dimension and we can compare. Same dimension matrices. Same dimension matrices. 2 by 3 matrix. Next will be 2 by 3. One is 2 by 3, other will be 3 by 2. It will not compare. One matrix is 2 by 3. Next matrix should be 2 by 3. So it will compare and it will generate the matrix of true and false logic of 2 by 3. If one vector is of 3 elements, second vector is also should be 3 elements, and then it can compare. Okay. If x is 1, 2, 5, y is 5, 2, 3. Okay. Then it can compare. You can write x equal y. x equal y, and answer will be false, false, true. Why? Because first element 1 of x is not matching with first element 5 of y, isn't it? First element is 1 for x, first element is 5 for y. They are not matching, so it is false. Second element of x is 2, second element of y is 3, not matching. So second element is false for answer. Similarly, third element is 5 and third element is 5 for both x and y. It is matching. So answer will have third element true. So false, false, true. In this way comparison will be there. Similar comparison will be there for matrices. If you have 3 by 3 matrix, suppose. Okay. 3 by 3 matrix is there, x and y. Directly matrix also is possible. Okay. So you can create the 3 by 3 matrix, assign the 3 by 3 matrix to x and assign the 3 by 3 matrix to y, and you can compare x and y, or you can directly compare it. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the element of first matrix. And these are the element of second matrix. 9, 3, 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 10. Okay. Now first row, first column of 2 matrix. First row, first column of 2 matrix not matching. So answer will be, so I will write ANS here. ANS equal to. Okay. Answer will be 3 by 3 matrix. Answer is 3 by 3 matrix. First row, first column is false or 0, 1. First row, second column not matching, false. First row, third column not matching, false. Second row, first column not matching, false. Second row, second column is matching, true. Second row, third column is matching, not matching, false. Third row, first column not matching, false. Third row, second column is not matching, false. Third row, third column is not matching, is false. This is the answer. In case of matrix comparison, matrices comparison, this is the process. This is the process for matrices comparison. So vector is a matrix. Vector is also matrix. It is one-dimensional matrix. Matrix is having 2 dimension. Matrix has 2 dimensions. Vector is one-dimensional. So vector must be again of row type or column type. Okay. Vector must also be matching in dimension. 1 by 3 should be there or 3 by 1 should be there. So it is generally 1 by 3. In vectors are generally defined in row. So comparing operation equal, two equal symbol, we have checked the example of comparing 2 vectors, and we have checked also example of comparing 2 matrices. Okay, for open source software and hardware, we'll stop here this lecture, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.